You're listening to the Blind Android Users podcast.
So, first thing we're going to be talking about today is some news, and we'll start with CES because it's January, and that's the time of year where all kinds of new technology that most likely won't be released is shown off at the CES Consumer Electronics Show. So, I'll just let Warren take it from here. Do you have anything that caught your eye this year?
Like you said, John, the CES traditionally, all that used to be, was all the electronics, and maybe there's a new dicer for dicing your tomatoes or whatever, things like that. It used to be basically gadgets like that. But now, you got the phones in there, you have the cars and some other things. CES has become something else. It's not what it used to be traditionally. But like you said, though, most of the time, some of these things are either prototypes or concepts that never really come to fruition. I think that there are some phones in there. Even Google was there. I think the one that caught my attention is Google merging with Samsung now instead of a nearby share to the quick share that Samsung has. And I think I'm kind of happy that Google and Samsung are working hand in hand. The only thing I ask that they need to merge is our TalkBack. For crying out loud, if you're merging all these things, why not TalkBack? Guys, what do you say about that? I think for me, that will be the big one. Merge the two, and let's not have one from the Samsung store and one from the Play Store. So as we're going to have one quick share, let's do the same thing for the Android accessibility suite.
That was the most stupid decision that they have ever made, I think, regarding accessibility, which is to use their own version of TalkBack, because it didn't bring anything. It didn't help in anything. It just made things confusing, and it just made things fragmented. So there will be people having this feature, others will not be having it, and also in Samsung itself, like people who are using Android 14 will get some features, while people who are on Android 13 will not get the same features, despite the fact that with Google Talkback, they are actually or all people are getting the same features. So it shouldn't be something related to Android version that you are using. However, Samsung is doing it like this.
Yeah, exactly. And not only are they not adding anything, but they just took away an option, because at least before people could choose to use voice assistant or talkback. Now voice assistant's not a thing anymore, so just one less option.
Well, that is correct. I agree with both Karen and John. It's just the fact, just give the option. Why does somebody, if they want to have Google Talkback, they have to jump through hoops of, if they don't know like command line stuff too, if they have to remove, one thing and then install the other thing, remove, and it's just a stupid thing. No other device you have to do this stuff. It's just Samsung.
Another thing that I think I like is, the casting. Google is making it available in more places and all of that. And the fast pair that we've had for a while now, Google is making it a whole lot better. I tell you, when I get a headset, I just want to take it out of the box. My phone is nearby, so the being proximity contextually aware, I think that's a great thing to see Google pushing that forward. And I'm looking forward to seeing companies that will be supporting this type of technology, because it just makes our life a whole lot easier. It makes me lazier by the day. That's all. Another thing, though, that I wish Ed was here is something I saw. I mean, it's not Android related necessarily, but for CES, is that Mixmaster from Mixmaster Moody is like something about that can mix your drinks. It's just unbelievable what we have. And I'm just kind of, when I was reading about that, all I could see in my eyes, Ed or Austin, say, "Hey, give me that drink,"
Yeah, that was some nice technology, and
What
it was
about
powered by
Gary?
AI.
Oh,
Yeah,
and Gary, yeah, of course,
yeah,
Gary, you love your drinks. So
yeah,
get the
Gary
Mixmaster
Gary doesn't
Moody.
need anybody mixing his drinks. He'll just
yeah.
drink that Russian vodka straight.
Well, put a little bit of maybe a French thing in there, mix it a little bit just to be fair.
Yep. You can't always drink it straight up. You have to have at least some flavor.
Thank you.
Austin, did you find anything else that caught your interest at CES?
So this year's CES was really my favorite topic, and that is AI. I mean, AI is coming everywhere. AI is now ChatGPT is partnering with Volkswagen to have AI in their EV series cars. They have launched their ChatGPT store, and they have launched another. One of the nice thing is the Rapid R1 that AI. It's like a device. It has a camera, it has like a screen, and it has just a button. You can put your SIM card in it, and it requires charging, and you just press the button, you talk to it, and it does whatever you want it to do. So it depends on the large language model and the large action model. So that is nice to have so much of AI this year. And apart from the Nvidia 4080 GPU and all those things. There were a lot of devices, but AI has taken center stage now. So I think more AI is going to come. And even in India, there was a startup in CES 2024 that launched an AI version of the one of the Bollywood celebrity.
It's nice you talk about that Rabbit R1. I was reading about that thing, and it's kind of interesting. They were hoping to only sell 500, but they had like 10,000, pre-orders. Just imagine that, or whatever that thing is. So it's not only just, blind people that like, things of that nature. It has a place for everyone. And so maybe, Austin, you can get one so you can unbox it, but that thing is expensive. I think it's like $600. I don't think I
No,
want
it's
to.
$199. I think it's not in India right now, but it's going to come.
I think I was mixing it with the pin. The what's that thing from Humane Pin or whatever. I think that thing is like
I don't know.
$600 something dollars. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that is. But yeah, no, the this Rabbit R1 is like about $200.
So the person demoing it, what he did is he took the device and he opened his fridge, and he like told it to see using the camera what is inside the fridge, and asked it what can he make with them, and it gave it the entire list of recipes that can be made with the things that were in this fridge. So it was a nice thing, can be good for us, especially for visually challenged, and it can also help others, but it can do a lot of for us also.
Yeah, also in the demo, I don't think I'm going to trust this thing. So in the demo, they had a girl saying something to the effect of, call me an Uber and let everybody know I'm on my way. So I guess it's supposed to be smart enough to know the context, have your calendar, have your appointment, know where you're heading, and call you an Uber to that place. So you have to trust it to get that right. Then you have to trust it to know that by everybody, you're talking about everybody at that event, not everybody in your contacts list.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to trust this thing. I'm sorry, I'm just not.
Sometimes some of these things, demos are just demos. For example, I mean, there was this one demo that Google was showing when the Pixel 8 series was introduced, and I was pumped about it. And I got my Pixel 8, and I don't see that. So basically, I'm on a web page. All I need to do is hold down the power, and then it'll read the page, using the assistant. I haven't seen that work for me. Does it work for you, John, or have you seen that? I tried it. That was one of the very first things that I tried was simply to, open up an article on the web page, and then I held down the power to see if it would read it, and it didn't read. It just brought up the assistant. That's not how it was supposed to be. So demos are just that.
I have one more last point. I think this is going to be very good for John. Samsung launched a display that can flex both ways, and they're going to launch it in one of their phones. So it's going to be an inward and outward flexing phone. So it's going to be nice.
I'll be
Maybe that would
honest.
come with the default 6 or something. Who knows?
I was not impressed with this. I don't get the point of it. It's like the So it's like a flip, right? But this you're able to open it completely all the way open and then fold it the opposite way. And it's like, why would you want that screen, which is the super thin glass, on the outside of the phone? Like, I would never like put it in my pocket like that. It seems silly. I mean, it's a cool concept, but it's one of those things that I think, yeah, it's cool for CES, but I don't see them releasing this until they're able to make that flexible glass a lot more durable than it is now.
It's a concept, and it's just to make it so they can get to the rollable stage. That's what I thought about it when I saw it. So
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the whole idea, though, is that it doesn't matter which side you have the screen. Instead of, the inside is a different screen and the outside is a different screen. So you can fold it either way. I like the concept, but like you said, we'll see how doable that thing is.
And leave the glass. I don't know what will happen to the motherboard if you flex it so much. Whether how they're going to make that, and also a lot of nice TV technology was then says like there were LG launched a transparent TV. Not much for us beneficial, but they launched a TV that can like blend within the wall and all. It cannot be visible, or you can turn it into a black background and have it like always on display. So that was nice. A lot of Hisense TVs also there. So lots of new devices were coming this year.
Speaking of devices, I should also add affordable devices for those who are looking for affordable phones, especially students or those who live in those areas they cannot afford a flagship devices. TCL, a famous brand for making affordable phones, announced two phones, the TCL XL50 and XL Paper. Those phones are finally coming with dual speakers, so it's a great addition for those looking for affordable phones.
The whole idea of that paper thing, I like the idea because, that's going to make visibility a whole lot better out there if you're out in the sunlight and all of that. So just think of it like looking at a real book outside on the paper. I think sighted people are going to really fall in love with that because one of the challenges of the displays is that when you're in bright sunlight, it's not so great and all of that. Sometimes you got to kind of shade it a little bit. So if we have that technology, I think that will be groundbreaking. Kudos to TCL.
And for those of you that love to spend money on phones, Asus announced a few gaming phones, the Asus ROG Phone 8 and Phone 8 Pro, and these are some beasts. They have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. They start at 16 gigabytes RAM and 512 gigabytes storage. You can also get it in a 24 gigabyte RAM, 1 terabyte storage version. And I mean, this has all the bells and whistles. So these are some, I think they're starting at $1,000. Then there's the Pro is $1,200, and then there's like a Pro with an extra module that you can attach to it to add a fan and triggers and a headphone jack for an extra $300. So if you want to buy it for $1,500, go for it.
Oh boy, I like the fan part of it because if you're going to be gaming, of course you're going to be a gamer. You want that thing cooled down. You need that fan. So it's amazing the type of technologies that we're having, and whenever I hear a big storage, I'm like, put my name on it. That's where I belong. One TV. I want to get a 2 TV next time out for crying out loud.
And this has 2 USB-C ports. It has one on the bottom where it normally is, and it has one on the side. So you could charge it and use an accessory at the same time if you want to.
And I think every freaking phone, excuse my Espanol, but I think every phone should have 2 USB ports. By heaven, I want to plug in my, USB headset in there while I'm charging and listening to my stuff. We should have that. I don't know why it's such a big deal, or, they're finding it hard to bring it. We got lots of space on there, even though they'll tell us we don't have space. We got ample space. So give us 2 USB ports like that ROG phone.
There's the thing, if they have two ports, how are they gonna sell the wireless headphones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactamundo. But I'll still buy that wireless, rather wired headphone. So it's still the same thing. There's not everybody that wants to get tangled in a web. So some people will still want their Bluetooth headsets, and some knuckleheads that want high fidelity sound would want the USB-C wired headphones. Let's
It's funny
give
that
people
you
both
mentioned
worlds.
selling headphones because Asus also announced new gaming earbuds that not only are they Bluetooth, but they also connect using a 2.4 gigahertz band proprietary uh, connection, and it comes with a itty bitty USB-C dongle that you can put in there, and then that way you don't have absolutely no latency, basically, for gaming.
That is really good. I like the sound of that.
aptX LL eliminates the lags so good. It's like you can barely realize it. It's really low latency. I've been using it for quite a while now, for more than a year.
Yeah, it has gotten really good.
Nice. Because
I was talking.
those of us that use screen readers, I think that low latency is what we want, because sometimes if you have a lousy headset, and then if whatever is not so good, you're going to have those difficulties, and we don't want
You
that
need to
delay.
have a phone equipped with kind of a newer Bluetooth, like contains that low latency Bluetooth transmitter and receiver, plus the a good, like a decent earbuds or headset or whatever that contains aptX LL or adaptive. And some of them, they're really cool and they're really easier to turn into that low latency mode, or gaming mode as they like to call it. Remember the ones I told you about, Warren, the other day? If you touch and hold the left bot, it would turn into like normal mode, the high definition mode, the high quality mode. That's 24-bit, 96 HZ, and press and hold again. It's a toggle that would turn it to the gaming mode. That's the low latency mode, and you can use it with talkback or CSR, whatever. There go like head to head with audio quality, better than anything else I've used. Maybe only the ambient mode Apple bots like surpasses those. Other than that, it surpasses anything with audio quality, the sound quality. It's better than anything else, and it's cost like, with the discount, maybe $60 or something. And the hours on that thing, between 7 and 9 hours. Great battery life, and they're so light, 3 grams each.
Yeah.
Unbelievable
Yeah,
technology.
that I forgot about that. So see, I'm not into earbuds. That's my weakness. I don't like earbuds for
You're gonna
uh,
regret the time you're losing, bro.
but other than that, yeah, I think it's a great headset, because what we want, those of us who use screen readers, of course, we want things that work well for our screen readers. That latency is what we want to avoid. So, yeah, one could get that if they want something great, because all these name brands just want us to spend money,
We got
but
a customer here. I'm gonna tempt Gary. Hey, Gary, with a touch and hold, turn it to low latency. Touch and hold, turn it to high definition audio, wireless, lightweight,
I would go for it.
long battery life.
I do use earbuds. So I mean, I use earbuds when I try to fall
Those
asleep. So
those
yeah.
are better than anything else I've used
So
ever,
they're
like
called
wirelessly.
Earphone 3.
The Earfun
Uh-huh.
3 Pro, and it
Okay.
has an app that you can customize it with, and beautiful stuff. You're gonna love it, and it has a wireless charging as well.
Okay. I'll grab one and I'll let you
Yeah,
know.
good stuff. Check them
So
out.
are these
They're
are
they're
these
on
are these Bluetooth or are these USB or what?
Bluetooth 5.3, and they were the first time, maybe the only one that has that, the L whatever, the low power C3 thing, that the newest Bluetooth thing. That's why it's really low on power usage, and it has
Nice.
tremendous sound. compared to the size. I mean,
Yeah. So they have the LE, lower energy thing. Yeah. So
yeah, it has
Gary, if
that.
you
Yeah.
like that, you find it on sale on Amazon. Harriet sent me the URL. So um, I'm going to put that URL in the show notes and I'll send it to you, Gary.
No problem.
Yeah.
And I'll order them. Don't worry.
And next, we'll be discussing a Pixel QPR release. I have no idea what's going on in Pixel Land. I've been in Samsung Land and Asus Land, so I will let Warren tell you what's going on.
John, I think that's a treason against Google for such a departure. Come on,
That's
bro.
why I listen to this podcast, so I can know what's going on.
Come on, bro. So anyway, so Google pushed this thing back on Wednesday out there. It's last Wednesday, the QPR 2.3. Of course, that final one would be coming up in March when we have the first feature drop for that would be the second quarter, right? Yeah, the first one was December. This is going to be the second one. But so not so much, but a lot of fixes there always. And then there's one that they mentioned that it fixes accessibility, but didn't specify as to what accessibility it fixed. Of course, for me, I'm always looking for things relating to accessibility. That's of course being selfish of me, but with a person with accessibility needs, I always look for things relating to us. And I don't think I'm being too selfish for looking for that, but it does mention that, yeah, it has some accessibility fixes, but I didn't see where it's specified as to which accessibility fixes it had. So that's it about that QPR 2.3. And I think mine came in at I don't remember, maybe 300 something MB. I don't remember the size of it. It was a sizable one.
Mine was around 346 MB or something.
And don't forget, we have our app bonanza coming up on the 27th of January. So we encourage you guys to submit your apps by the 25th so that we can have them ready for that episode.